Melbourne has a chronic shortage of affordable housing options for low-income households. Low-income households and people with histories of homelessness in particular find it almost impossible to access private rental housing due to fierce competition, social stigma and affordability issues. HomeGround created the Housing Options program to overcome both the social and the economic barriers to private rental housing. It combines specialist real estate market expertise with a targeted rental subsidy.
We found that there was a stigma with the estate agents themselves not wanting to assist homeless people or people that were on particularly Centrelink benefits. Reason being, number one, the vacancy factor is so low, probably around 1% in Melbourne. There's a demand out there. And number two, just that stigma associated with the community sector, where traditionally you'd find organisations would just send their people to an estate agent and then wipe their hands clean. Look, all walks of life, people that are from interstate, with children, people that have just fallen through the cracks and have had unfortunate circumstances, unemployed, people that can actually sustain a tenancy but wouldn't have, the first slightest indication of actually how to approach that tenancy and apply for that tenancy.
So I let him know the property would be well looked after. You'd be making sure the rent was guaranteed and paid on time, and he thought it was a really good idea, and he's also felt quite chuffed. It makes you feel a bit warm and fuzzy, especially when I did the routine inspection. The person in there was living very simply but was really neat and tidy, and to think that when if you walk away from that thinking what it could have been, and I'm sure that they've come from far worse conditions and they're probably loving where they're living at the moment.
It was really hard to just watch your kids not have what you want them to have, and they're not luxuries, they're being able to have a proper dinner at night. Ever since I met Sophie from HomeGround, I was introduced to her, everything changed. She was there for everything. We have a yard for them to actually move in, whereas in the hotel rooms, we were always stuck together. We were virtually listening to each other's thoughts, There wasn't anything you could do. And now they've got a yard to run around in, they've got, pets. I'm able to actually go out there and buy them what they need, apart from food is, clothing, just the normal things that people take for granted.
We've got people in what we consider a head lease private rental that have come straight from sleeping rough, and it's amazing what the difference for them. It's like a step into real life and getting back in and getting sorted out and linking back into the community.